beauties. So I'm actually in the middle of filming another video, but I thought I'd stop and film a second video for you guys because I just wanted to take a moment and talk about some lashes and kind of the, I don't want to say do's and don'ts, but just some helpful tips to help people who are just learning lashes, though it doesn't matter what age. So if you'd like to hear about those, then stay tuned. Okay, so the other day I actually was with one of my friends. She was out here getting her nails done and her pedicure done, and we were talking about lashes. Now remember, I told you I had a lash line, so I have boxes full of lashes still, and I have drawers full of different lashes. So anyways, we were talking about lashes and stuff, and she was saying that she wanted to try some. So I was like, you know what? Absolutely, I have a ton to give you. And so we were just talking about everything, but we quickly realized that, you know, she had a lot of questions, and I don't want to say like she didn't have the knowledge. She just, you know, she's never really done this before. And so she was curious about a lot of things that maybe she hadn't been able to ask somebody before. So I am an open book. I am like all of my friends' personal beauty coach or beauty 911. They call me if they need something or have questions, or what do you think about this? Or, you know, so, and I love that because I stay to the streets with, you know, with my ear to the streets as far as new beauty trends and all the things. And I'm digressing again. Anywho, so we were talking about lashes. And one of the things, like, I was like just telling her how to apply them and stuff like that. And when I was telling her little things, she was just like, really? Like, you do? And so anyways, I ended up helping her with those, giving her some lashes. And so I was like, you know what? I think I should film a video. Well, her and I talked about it. She's like, you really should film a video to help people like me out. And so I was like, gladly, I would be glad to do it. So one of the biggest things that I'd like to start with, I'm already, again, in the middle of another video, so I have stuff all over my face already. But one of the biggest things, or one of the most important things, is I said to her was, not all lashes fit everybody's face. Like that's just not a thing. Everybody's eye size is different. Some smaller, some larger, some whatever. They're upturned, downturned, all the things. So the most important thing, and the most, I think the point where most people get frustrated is they're like, it's poking me, I can feel it, or I don't like it, it was, you know, different things. So the biggest thing is choosing the right lash for your eyes. And also when you decide to, you know, choose the right lash, making sure that they fit your eyes correctly before you glue them on. And what I mean by that is that these lashes need to be cut for most people. And people are terrified to cut them for some reason because they're like, no, I spent money on these. Totally get it. So then if that's the case, start with inexpensive lashes like Ardell's or something you can find at the Dollar Tree. Has some of the most amazing lashes, and I don't have any here at my desk. I got a bunch when I was in LA, but they sell some of the most amazing lashes, like really, really great faux lashes, faux mink lashes. So I have a ton of those pairs. So what you do though is once you get the little box open, the best way to peel off the lash from this box is to start from the outer corner. People, like, they'll immediately try to just pick it off or whatever, or pull or tug in the middle. But these are all put on there, handcrafted for a specific reason and area on this strip. So either from the outer or the inner, just going in, pinch that corner and then just lightly pull it away. And then you can either, you know, pull them off the strip like that. But as long as you're grabbing from the corners solidly. And I don't know if you can tell, but on these little corners, they stick out a little bit. Let's see if I can get closer. They stick out just a smidge. You can trim those. But what she didn't know is that you can cut the actual lashes. You should be cutting the actual lashes. Do not be afraid to cut the lashes, because what you want to do is cut them where they're going to fit your eye best. That way you have the most comfortable feeling. The trick is you shouldn't be able to feel the lashes when they're on your eyes. They shouldn't be too heavy, because if they are too heavy for your eyes, after a while you'll get tired. You'll start to wear down faster. Your eyes will get heavier. Like at the end of the day, your eyes will get irritated. So you want to make sure your lashes are light enough for your eyes. So when you place them on, because you're going to cut them right, that they're going to feel almost effortless and seamless. Like you can't tell they're there. That's how they should feel. But a lot of people go super dramatic and they have little bitty eyes, or they've never worn them before and they like want the most dramatic lash. And I always say, if we're gonna do, like, especially for brides or anybody, if you've never worn lashes before, let's start you wearing them a couple weeks prior so we can work you up to a full day and night wear. Because I don't want you on your wedding night like tired or like mad at your lashes or exhausted so you rip them off or whatever. Like I don't want that for you. So if it's something where you're gonna wear them for an event, I always start to say, like, let's start getting you eye trained, lash trained. So anywhoosie, so for this placement, you see the lash. The most important thing second most important thing, maybe third after cutting them, is you never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever want to start the lash in this corner, like touching this corner. There's no reason for it to touch this corner. You always want to start by placing it where these baby lashes start growing. And if you can see, let me see if I can get something to point to it. I'll just do it with scissors. Don't do this at home. My lashes start right here. So you can see all that space right there. This strip should not be down in that zone. And you want to take the lash and measure from this spot right here. So you want to measure starting, and I don't have any glue or anything on it. We're just at this point seeing how big they are for our eyes. You want to lay that lash there at the beginning of your natural lashes. And if you could see, see if I can zoom you in. Oh yeah. Hello. If I could see my pores. Okay, so if you can see in this lash, it hangs off about a tiny bit. So for me, in order to have a nice fit, zoom back out because I don't need to offend you. So for me, I would cut that little last rib right there. So where there's a space, I would cut that piece off because I don't need it. And if you want to keep it, you can keep it, and you can always stack on top of that other lash. So you still have all the drama. You still have your whole lash. It just fits your eye. It just fits your eye better. So, and you shouldn't, I don't want to say don't do it. Those are the rules. Don't cut the inner corners. You never want to cut the inner corners because when they're manufactured, they always make these inner corners shorter for a reason, because your eyes always get smaller in this zone. So you don't want the lash poking you when you blink and stuff. You don't want it too large to where it's hitting this part of your eye. So they start smaller in this corner for a reason. Same when you're getting lash extensions. You always get them smaller diameter in this area, and then you grow as large as you want. So always make sure you're cutting the outer part of the lash. And you just do that and you're good to go. So now when I go to, and that's all I did, I just took little scissors, and I'm also going to cut this little piece in the corner because it's sticking out. It's like part of the lash band, but I don't want it poking me. So I'm going to cut it. So now when I go to place this, it should fit my eye perfectly. I take tweezers. You can take lash tweezers, you can take whatever you want, but I pinch as close to this lash line. I go in and I grab those lashes as close as I can so I have a sturdy grip on this lash. If you're holding it out here at the end of these lashes, it's a little bit more unstable. You see that? So you always want to grab in the middle, right as close as you can to the base. So now it's solid. So that's important to know. I hope you can see that you want to grab it that way. So when I go to place this lash to measure it, it should fit my lash perfectly. Like it should look amazing. Like it shouldn't hit over here. There should be a little gap here, and it's not hanging off here. So it should fit perfectly. Yes, these are very dramatic lashes for most people. So you don't want to use these because this is what I hear a lot. I don't want those lashes. I don't want my lashes to look like that. And it's always, more mature women, or even people who've never worn makeup before, and they're like, I don't want to look like that. I don't want those, caterpillars on my eyes. Okay, first of all, not offended, but offended. But second of all, you don't have to get these style of lashes. There is so many different styles out there that are like very natural. It's almost where you can't even tell that you're wearing them. And if that's your jam, chef's kiss to you. Do what you do, baby. Don't judge anybody else if they want caterpillars, and we won't judge you if you don't want, caterpillars either. It's simply preference. So if you like a very natural lash, go with a very natural lash. My absolute favorite, if I'm being honest, are actually half lashes. And they have half lashes because not everybody wants a full lash to go all the way across their eye. They just want this end right here to look like a cute little flicker at the end like that, which is perfectly fine. And they have so many different styles. Thousands of styles out there. Let that sink in. Thousands of styles you can choose from. And I know that sounds overwhelming, but when you go to the store, give yourself a moment of peace just to look through the different lashes. And you're gonna wanna look for something more natural if you like natural. And if you want super dramatic, just know that that comes at a cost. It's usually heavier. It's usually gonna hit the top of your lid. And if you're fine and you're an OG at lashes and you're like, that's my jam, cool. I'm probably not really speaking to you anyways, because this video is really for people who struggle with lashes or who are intimidated by lashes. This is really for you. So I just want to help these little tips and tricks help you. So again, you want to make sure you cut the lashes. You want to measure your own eye. You want to cut them to fit your eye perfectly. Never ever hit them in the corner. Like, make sure you have at least, I would say, a couple centimeters or even a half an inch space right there before you start. Everybody's eyes are shaped differently, so however that looks for you, just practice. Nobody gets this right on the first try, and if you do, good for you overachievers out there. Good for you. I'm proud of you. It took me like 20 times to get it straight when I first started, because I was poking and nobody told me to cut them. Nobody taught me any of that. I had to find that out the hard way. And then when I was, in the business and they were just like, no, Shay, this is how they're done. And I was able to put them on other people, but still couldn't put them on myself. And eventually just kept like, oh, let me do it to myself like I do it for my clients. And then I figured it out. But I wasn't a pro at it at first. So here we go. So now let's talk glue. Glue is different. Glue is very different for everybody. There is latex glue and there is non-latex glue. If you have a latex allergy, then you will use the non-latex glue. And excuse my rattling around. I use the Duo. It's DUO, and you can get it anywhere: Walmart, Target, Walgreens, CVS. I use the black one, the non-latex, because it's better for my eyes. I'm allergic to latex. Shocker. So I take it, and you always just want to put a very thin strip of it across the strip of the lash. You never want to go crazy. This is where you don't want to get it heavy, because if you do that, the glue will kind of seep. It either seeps or it, sticks out or gets stick to other things. But you just want to put a very, excuse my lash glue. My lash glue's kind of been through some life choices that didn't go well for him. Okay. So when placing the lash on your eyelid, I gotta get my zoomers in for this one. You kind of want to go down at an angle. And the reason you want to do that is because you want the lashes to still do that. So if you place it flat like this, if you're placing it like this, going towards your eye, the lashes are going to stick out this way. Versus like a natural lash, you want them to stick this way. So I always start by placing them, like measuring, like kind of right here, saying, okay, this is where I'm going to put them. I always start with the middle first. I go at an angle and I set that middle. And if you need to let that lash glue dry for a few seconds, that's fine too. But this non-latex one, it sticks pretty well. So I set that middle down. Now I'm going to go over and I'm going to grab the lash and set it to, except my lashes are getting super long. I'm pushing it to the skin, and you want to get it as close to your lash line as possible. If you want to set it on top of your lash line, it just really needs to stick to the skin though. So don't just only put it in your lashes if you can help it. Because when you go to pull it off, you don't want it to just be all lashes. And then there's a little gnat and it's seriously pissing me off. Okay, and you take the end and stick it in my lashes. Then you place that to your skin right as close to the lash line as you can get. And I'm wiggling just because I'm trying to get it to touch the skin. Then I take the back of my tweezer and I just kind of push down on it, like I'm pushing it to the skin to make sure it connects. If you want to wait for the lash glue to dry a little bit, you can. If you're using the the latex duo, which is the white creamy, like it comes out like glue, like actual Elmer's glue, that one takes a minute to dry. So you want to wait till it gets a little tacky, like 30 seconds to a minute first, then place it on the lash if you can. Like I always do a dollop on top of something and then I take my thing and rub it across the line of the lash with the glue. But if you're putting it straight on your lash, because sometimes it can shoot out. So I always go, I put a dollop here and then I get in my tweezers and I run it across the lash line. Let that dry and then place it if you're using the latex one. Okay, so you can see I placed it. This little gnat, Jerry? I feel like his name would be Jerry. Jerry sounds like a dick. Okay, so then I always go in and I pinch my natural lashes to the actual other lash, to the strip, just to kind of give it placement. That kind of like seals the deal, if you will. But yeah, so it's easier when you get the hang of it, and even us professionals still mess it up from time to time. So I'm pulling the lash off from the corner, whether inner or outer. Once you grab it by the base, if you can, and then pull it like that. I already know how much I need to cut, so I'm just gonna cut it. And then glue it, or put the glue on. Again, I'm just taking a really thin strip and putting it on. I'm so embarrassed by my lash glue. I need new one. Okay. Grabbing in the middle, going in at an angle. Oops, see, I hit my other part of my eye. Place that in the middle. Push down this side. Place down this side.
I just wanted to take a quick sidebar here because I forgot to mention in all of this chitter chatter that there's actually lashes now that don't require any glue at all. All you have to do is just peel them out of the box and place them on your lid and they stick automatically. They're actually body heat activated, so that's also a good option. And there's also magnetic lashes where you put the eyeliner down that's magnetic and then the lashes automatically stick to that. So there's plenty of options out there to utilize if you don't want to fuss with glue. Honestly, I don't know why I still mess with glue. I could also get the non-glue ones also. But Lily Lashes has some really great ones. Those ones are sold at Sephora, but I know there's some at Ulta and Walmart and Target that are all non-glue lashes that just stick to your skin and are body heat activated. So hope that helps. And now back to your regularly scheduled program of my shenanigans. Or should I say shenanigans?
So now when it comes to pulling off the lashes at the end of the night, you never just want to tug and rip them off. Just like we pulled them out of the box, you want to pull them from this side and pull them gently parallel with your eyes. Gently parallel with your eyes. If you pull up or you pull down, it's going to pull your lash and your lashes, and it's going to pull your lid, and it's going to be uncomfortable. So you want to pull them off the same way you put them on or pull them out of the box. So, and then you can just clean them by pulling off the glue and then placing them back in the box, so you can have multiple uses. If you want to run, some cleaner on them, there's different ways to clean them. That's a video for another day, but yeah, so you just place them in the box. Just make sure you're pulling off the lash glue because you don't want to keep building up that glue on top of glue on top of glue because it causes, there's bacteria issues. If you want to take a Q-tip with some alcohol and run it across that line, it's going to dry your lashes out faster, but at least it's a little bit more sanitary. So I hope this helps. And if you have any questions, please shoot them down in the comment section and I'll be happy to answer whatever questions you have. So again, give yourself some grace. Be patient with yourself. Keep practicing. Not everybody gets it the first time. So just keep practicing and I promise you eventually it gets easier. So I love you all, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, and I'll talk to you soon.